Hey guys, it's me, it's Mrs. Gilbert Draws. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday or whatever day you are looking at this. The reason I'm making this video is that I realized making grid brushes was a lot easier than what I had imagined. So I'll show you the two brushes I made today. The first one is a basic grid brush. It will correlate with whatever color you choose on your color wheel or palette or whatever. So let me pick this bright green. Isn't that beautiful? I like the way I set it up was that you can build it. So if you notice, like starting out, it's not very opaque. However, that's fine. That's what I wanted. I wanted it to be soft and then I could build it up as I see fit. The next brush I made was a rainbow brush. I call it iridescent because of the types of color I chose. So this brush, regardless of what color you choose, will always be multicolored. The more you press it, the more colors that come out. You see how it's like multicolored? Alright, so I wanted to show you how I did it. So let me go in. What you're going to do is that you're going to press the plus sign and you're going to go into the grain source first. Click on this white square, import from your source library. If you have Procreate updated to the last update, which I believe was December, you should have this in your library. And it's the grid, not that far down. They have a ton of different things you can choose from, but today we are working on the grid. So that's what we're going to choose. And done. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to move it to texturized, and I'm going to scale it to let's see, just a tad bit down to 23%. There we go. And that's just the size that I prefer. If you want it bigger, make it bigger. If you want it more compact, make it smaller. It's really up to you. And then let's see, and that was pretty much it for that part. The next thing is the shape of the brush. Right now the shape is round. If you could tell, it's a round texture. Because this is a grid, I want it to be more angular. So click on shape source, import, source library, and again, there's tons to choose from. I chose a brick texture. It's very angular and I think it's perfect for this type of texture. Perfect. All right, for the shape, let's see. So we did brick, good. And I want to, let's see. I want to play around with it a little bit. Actually, no, for this brush, I left this part alone. So let me go into taper. I'm sorry, stroke path first. Let's go into stroke path. I'm just making some marks to like mess around with it a little bit. And I left it pretty much at, let's see, I made a big space. Not that big. Like around 45% spacing, minimal streamline, very, very minimal. And I did a fall off of 15%. Right now you'd think, oh man, this might not look perfect, but look how beautiful that just blends in together. I don't know, this is just so much fun. Alright, so the next thing that I did was the rendering style. I left it at intense glaze. So this is the default. You can play around with it, change it up. I left it at intense glaze. And now Yeah, that was pretty much it. Oh no, I did bring the flow of the blending a bit down to 85%. And now, next I'm going to go into the wet mix. And this is not a watercolor brush. However, I found that messing around with it a little bit was pretty fun. So I don't know if this is just my settings, but I left the charge at 50% and 75%. I want to keep that this way, okay? And let's see. Let's see, 50% charge and 75% pull, and that's pretty much it. And the last part of this brush is make sure you title it. Give it a title. So grid tutorial brush. And this is so cool. Procreate lets you sign your things, so don't forget to sign. And you can save. Now making the rainbow one is super easy. You do not have to go through all of that anymore. You could just swipe to the left and hit duplicate. Now that you have a second brush, it's going to be one of whatever you named it. Tap on it. And the only thing you're messing with now is the color dynamics. So the color dynamics, you can do so many different things with it. Honestly, it's really up to you. So the first thing I did was I increased the hue to about 50%. And then you can mess with the lightness, saturation, which would be color. And this will be dependent on your brush strokes. I think this is really pretty already. And this is basically what I placed. However, if you notice, there's a lot more options. For example, if you wanted the rainbow to be dependent on how you press, then you can totally do that. You can change, let's say, the saturation of it as you press. So I'm gonna press really hard, and if you notice, the saturation went really, really deep. So I'm gonna press lightly, harder, 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 harder. And that would be really up to you. And I will click, oh, I'm sorry, about this brush. Make sure you name them because sometimes just on the menu they look similar. So I would make it maybe rainbow grid brush tutorial. And because I already used my signature before, the signature stuck to this one as well. If you notice, we just made a rainbow brush. I pressed really hard. Hold on, I'm pressing lightly with the rainbow brush. I'm gonna press harder, harder. And you see how the harder I press, the more the rainbow becomes apparent. And then I'll do the basic tutorial, the basic grid brush. And let me pick, oh, maybe a light blue color. Let's do that. Ta-da! So you just made, or you just learned how to make the same brushes I made. However, if you feel that this brush, making them is too much, you feel like it's too confusing, just send me a DM. I can walk you through the steps. Or if you just let me know that you want the link and it's for free. I'll send you the link to these two brushes, okay? I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and let me know what you think of it.